Do not treat the Lord with contempt. Your problem is God's opportunity to show himself strong. We live in trying times. Many of you are facing unprecedented problems. You are at crossroads and just dealing with problems and obstacles that are standing before you. And it's so easy to succumb, so easy to be overcome by all these things that are thrown at you. Now, despite what is happening in your life, despite what you are facing today, my word to you is, do not treat the Lord with contempt. Your problem is God's opportunity to show himself strong. He wants to show himself strong in your life. Now, people with a great promise, people with a mighty God on their side, end up dying in the wilderness. See, that would be a headline concerning the life of the children of Israel that are delivered from the power of the Egyptian, and they are on their way to the promised land. They have great promise. They were delivered from that power not by their own strength, but God showed up and made himself strong, demonstrated his power, and with a mighty hand, he took them out of Egypt, and he was taking them to the land that he had promised them. I think they are not different to us. Great promise. They had a mighty God leading them and taking them to the promised land. But because of treating the Lord with contempt, many of them died in the wilderness. Many of them did not experience the joy of fulfillment. They did not experience the fulfillment of the promise that the Almighty God had given them. In Numbers 14, this is how it is captured. It says, nevertheless, as sure as I live and as sure as the glory of the Lord fills the whole earth. Now this is God speaking. Not one of those who saw my glory and the signs I performed in Egypt and in the wilderness, but who disobeyed me and tested me 10 times. Not one of them will ever see the land I promised on oath to their ancestors. Not one who has tested me with contempt will ever see it. But because my servant Caleb has a different spirit and follows me wholeheartedly, I will bring him into the land he went to, and his descendants will inherit it. Wow. Two things. Two men will inherit, then the rest of all adults that come out of Egypt will not. The promise was not just to the two, the promise was to all the children of Israel. But most of them did not experience that joy of fulfillment because they treated the Lord with contempt. So my message today is, do not treat the Lord with contempt. Now, when we think about treating the Lord with contempt, what does it look like? What is treating the Lord with contempt? I think it's best captured in verse 11 of Numbers 14. The Lord said to Moses, how long will these people treat me with contempt? How long will they refuse to believe in me in spite of all the signs I have performed among them? Now, treating the Lord with contempt is rejecting him. It's a conscious decision to say no to you, to what you're telling me to do. It's a decision to stop following the Lord because of what you see as a threat to your life. Many times what stops us is the obstacles we see. The children of Israel hear that the promised land flows with milk and honey. It is as the Lord promised. But there was one problem. There were giants in the land. And when they looked at themselves and they weighed the situation, they thought, no, we are not able to overcome. Why has the Lord brought us this far? We should have, we will end up dying here. Did he bring us this far to die? Then they said it was better to go back. And they actually started discussing, I think, let's choose a leader who will take us back, a leader who will walk us away from the Lord. Wow, what a decision. And these hate the Lord. They treated the Lord with contempt. You see, treating God with contempt is rejecting God. Treating God with contempt is not believing God, not taking God at His word. And this is fueled by the thing we look at, the obstacle, the giant standing before us. We look at that giant and say, wow, we can't. There's no way we can overcome. There's no way we can win. We are better off walking away from what God is telling us. We are better off walking away from following the footsteps of the Lord, treating the Lord with contempt. My message is simple. Do not treat the Lord with contempt. Remember, your problem is God's opportunity to show Himself strong. In a nutshell, do not rebel, do not fear. I want to end by just capturing what Caleb and Joshua try or declare to the people. This is how they speak to them in trying to turn their hearts back to the Lord. And said to the entire assembly, this is from verse 7. They said, the land we pass through and explore is exceedingly good. If the Lord is pleased with us, He will lead us into that land, a land flowing with milk and honey, and will give it to us. Now this is the instruction. Only do not rebel against the Lord, and do not be afraid of the people of the land, because we will devour them. Their protection is gone, but the Lord is with us. Do not be afraid of them. Do not rebel against the Lord. Do not be afraid of the people of the land. Don't be afraid of the giants. Don't be afraid of the obstacle, because the Lord is with us. The Lord is with you. So don't choose to walk away. You know what you should do? Choose to go with the Lord. Take God at His word. Believe Him, because you know there shall be a performance of those things that He has declared to you. So don't be like those that shrink back, but be like those that believe and inherit the promises. So take heed to the advice that Caleb and Joshua give the people. Do not be afraid of the people of the land. Do not rebel against the Lord. Believe Him. Take Him at His word. Don't be afraid, because the Lord is with you. When you look around, don't just see the giant, see the Lord with you. He promised never to leave you nor forsake you, because He has a plan for your life. He never starts something that He abandons. He is going to take you all the way. He never gives a promise that He cannot fulfill. So despite the obstacles, despite the mountains you see, they shall be moved, because the Lord is with you. The Lord is gone ahead of you, fighting your battles. You will win today. So do not treat the Lord with contempt. Your problem is God's opportunity to show up.